What is up, guys? Back with another install video. Today we're going to be working on my DC5 or RSX Type S, and today we're going to be putting on the Blackworks Racing subframe brace, lower control arms, and the Beaks Bar. So let's get to it. The only thing I really didn't like about the Blackworks kit is there's a 10-point socket on the bottom of the car. Most of all the cheap eBay ones come with a socket, so I assumed I was buying the best stuff, I'd get a socket, but it didn't come with it. That was a shock. So I had to order one offline. It took about another week. I've been waiting to put it on. Other than that, excellent product. Items you will need is a standard socket set with metric. Items you will need is a standard socket set with metric sizes, a breaker bar, or if you got an air compressor, an air gun, jack stands, the 10-point tool, and the actual product itself. And we will be using an air compressor today to make it easier. From ClubRSX.com. If you work on your Acura a lot, you're probably very familiar with that website. All right, give you guys an idea of what we're going to go for here. We're going to take out this big bolt here in the subframe brace. It's already got the Beaks Bar on it. We're going to take the two for the sway bar, and there's another two over there on that side. There's the other bolt. And then that's also going to release the bottom of this control arm, and we're going to take the three of these out. Please do not try this job if you don't have jack stands. It's extremely dangerous. Plus you're going to need another jack or two if you're doing it by yourself. This right here is the Bible. This is the factory service manual from the dealer that I either copied or printed every single page off from my house with all diagrams, all parts numbers, all torque specifications. Alright, straight from Honda's book. We've got the rear sway bar, and the torque is 16 pounds on these bolts. Lower control arm, one that comes off the subframe, 43 pounds. Alright, first thing I'm going to do is take off the Beaks Bar. That's a 3/16 Allen head on top. Underneath it's a 13-inch bolt. When we're going to go back over this on the reinstall, since it's not factory, I just got to get it out of my way. Alright, now I'm going to remove the sway bar, these two and the two on the other side, with a 12mm on an impact drill. That'll kind of fall down. It's fine just to rest there right now. Okay, now we're going to take out these bolts here that hold the lower control arm to the subframe air gun set at 90 psi. Oh boy. You got to kind of pull it with something as you hit it. Because once it comes out of that socket, it's just going to keep rotating in there. Give this a little tappy tap, see if it comes out. Alright, we got those three bolts there with the 10-point. Here's the socket from ClubRSX. I tested it up, and it can't get any better than that. Come on, hose. And that's how you take off one lower control arm. Alright guys, there's the stock versus the new lower control arm. Look at the thickness of the steel. It goes in like a shroud, but it's real thin. This is just a beefy sucker here. The bushing, huge difference. Not much there. Lots of it there. And as far as looks, they're pretty much the same. Just kidding. Underneath the wheel, and it is just touching. It's not lifting it at all. That way when I take off this part right here, and that drops, and I take off these here, that won't swing down. It'll keep it right there lined up for me to put on a new part. I got the other one as well, because to put the subframe brace, you have to drop out both of the lower control arms. The hardware they give you has the bolt, a washer, a spacer, and a nut. On my car, I don't need this nut, but it's a 2002 or whatever model, so I don't know if all of them have a welded nut like mine has. So the nut's going to go away. I'm going to get rid of the front washer and replace it with the hardware from the Beaks Bar. So it'll go bolt, Beaks Bar, hardware, in through the subframe brace. This will slide in on the back behind the subframe brace, and then it'll bolt, well, it'll go through the lower control arm and bolt to the car. Just make sure that your sway bar is up over top now, because you don't want to install the lower control arms and you can't pull the sway bar back up because it's in the way. So what I did was I zip tied it to the exhaust to keep it up. I got the sway bar picked up, so I'm going to stick this back in here. Looks pretty good. That was about as lucky as it gets right there. They're never that easy. For these, it's a combination of pushing, pulling, using the jack, trying to figure out the best way to get each one to line up and put them in there one by one. Try the jack just a little bit. That took it away. Take the jack down. And they're coming closer to the holes. Right about there. See if I can get one started. Alright, if you're having problems with these, I moved the jack from under the wheel. Sorry it's hard to see, guys. It's hard to film this stuff. I moved it to underneath of this part, but it's not touching the bar anymore. Now it's lined up pretty perfect, so I should be able just to slide it right in there. Reinstall the rear sway bar. When you take these off, clean them and repaint them. Don't put a busted up, rusted bracket on your car with this stuff. You're better than that, man. This one's fresh out of the paint booth. This hardware comes with the waxwork stuff as well. And kind of a little snug, but nothing's getting tightened yet. We want everything to be nice and even, then we're going to go tighten everything down. On the other side, the sway bar is kind of hard to get up there, so you just simply put a jack on it. Jack it up. There's the Beaks Bar. Hardware is already on the car. Basically just the two subframe bolts. It goes and hangs off of those with Allens and nuts. Alright guys, she's all done. It's time for the unveil. Here we go. Oh yeah. That's nasty. Just bolted the Beaks Bar, like I was saying, right to the subframe brace mounts that came with the Beaks Bar. Threw away the washers that came with the Waxworks Racing subframe brace. Alright, that is it. We're done. Took me about 2 hours, but I had to set up cameras and film all kinds of different angles and stuff. Probably would have took me about an hour-ish if I didn't have that. Wasn't too bad. I want to thank you guys for watching. Thanks for stopping by. Hopefully this video helps at least one person out there having a problem. And if not, maybe you're bored, it gave you something to watch. If you didn't like it, check out my other people on my channel. Check out Muscle vs. Tuner, they're hilarious. Check out Scotty Kilmer, he'll fix any of your automotive needs. If you liked it, like, comment, subscribe. Hopefully I'll see you guys back. Got more mods coming. See ya. Peace.